result where we talk all things football. Game week 2, 2-0
Yes, sir.
to the Arsenal. 2-0 to the Arsenal. 2-0. Okay. I'm with Colo, rapper, singer, songwriter, producer. How you doing today?
I'm feeling great.
And Gunner, most of all. And I'm with Jollof Rice, Jimsy, my usual suspect.
Usual.
Okay,
We're here.
guys. Game week 2, Arsenal beating Villa at their house at Villa Park, 2-0. How'd you guys see the game?
Man, we watched it together actually. So
Yep, as usual.
yeah, so we analyzed it, and man, from the start, I knew this was like a more difficult game than I even thought. Because I knew Villa top 4, they had a strong season last season, they look strong this year. But after the first 10 minutes, you can just see the tactical battle between the two. I was like, this is gonna be a good game,
Yep.
and it lived out to it.
Yep.
I think we got lucky a little bit, but I'll gladly take the win. And we fought for it. You know, our players just kept hanging in there. Raya with a great save.
Yep.
Saliba with a great tackle. Everyone's just doing their part. Chaucer comes on, as we'll talk about, and scores a good goal. So it was overall a good performance.
Yeah, overall, just everybody did what they needed to do. Villa Park, and we talked before the game. I talked to both of you. I was like, if we win this game, I'm celebrating this game. Because
Yeah,
before the game even started, I knew, and last season, when we kind of had our hurdles, Newcastle away is one of those games I remember. Aston Villa away, I remember it. The temperature of the game was different. The energy that we had was different those games. So to show up, everybody just to be ready to do what they need to do. Defense locked in, everything. Obviously, they gave us some trouble. But you're not going to win every game just playing exactly how you want to play. You're going to figure it out, and we controlled the second half. So very pleased overall.
So let me ask you guys about Morgan Rodgers, because he was running your ragged. Your Declan Rices of the world, your Partey's. They're having a tough time with his ball carrying ability,
Bro,
through the middle.
This guy's a baller.
Yep.
And the thing is, I saw it last game too, but I was like, is this just one of those players that just play? Bro, I told Kolo straight up, I said, this might be young player of the season contender, just off rip.
Yeah.
Like, if I see what I'm seeing, and he does it consistently.
And he gets the
this is
numbers.
like, yes.
And his having somebody that can carry the ball as well as being that physically dominant.
Yeah.
It's just a crazy combination.
That's what it was against Partey, against Declan Rice. Like, nah, he really showed up. So that's one that Villa will be glad to have the whole season.
Yeah. And now let's talk about Araya a little bit, because last season we were kind of looking at him as the weak link. That back line is solid. Raya's just there collecting his paycheck. You know, or in the left back, collecting his paycheck because Gabriel and Saliba are just doing all the work for him.
Right.
But these past couple of games, especially this one, these boys are earning his money. Ollie Watkins, that header.
That save was that reaction time and everything, and of course he could have probably placed it better. Obviously that helped, but and this is the thing where I'll give credit to Arteta. No manager is perfect with every single choice, but one thing I've learned to do with Arteta, I just give it time, and time kind of tells all. And now, in a year later, we see the conversations are ready to change. Even the conversation about him being one of our best players, or world class. These things start to happen. So, great performance. I have nothing more to say, man. He did what he needed to do. He saved us, low key.
I don't know if you're gonna bring it up, but I'll bring it up, man.
Bring it up, son.
Man, as a defender, you guys know me. I'm a defender. What a tackle! We watched that.
On Jacob Ramsey.
Bruh, literally, like that whole sequence of defending is just the definition of just a world class
defender.
World class defender.
Yep. So yes, he's a world class defender. But now let me ask you. Let me talk your stuff. You guys talk your stuff.
Yeah.
Hey,
is he the best defender in the world as it stands?
Okay, so at the minimum, I'll just say this because it's very tough to say. I don't know what other two guys everybody would say necessarily. At the minimum, he's not lower than third in the world. At the minimum, he's top 3. Whether he's the best, honestly, at this point, there's nobody I'm taking over him, combined with the fact that he's already at a certain level and his age. So the potential, everything. So I wouldn't take, in terms of just overall value, I would not take anybody in the world over Saliba. But I don't know. There's still some great defenders, so I respect some people, so it's it's a tough one. But no, Saliba, we got one with that one. We got one.
So I do not think you guys won the midfield battle, but let's move into the midfield.
Yep.
How did you guys think? Because Timber was inverting, obviously. Partey was there, Rice was there. How did you guys think they fared?
I think they played well. Overall, we probably didn't win the midfield battle. Rodgers was just kind of the star of the show. But Partey had a good game, even outside the goal. Rice did his thing. Didn't have like too much of an impact, but he did his thing. So like the midfielders did what they were supposed to do. Odegaard kind of creating for the second goal. So yeah, I mean, like I still think we lost it, but we still played well.
And it's almost like it's a tale of two games in a way. So like they definitely can. I think they won the midfield battle, but the second half when they kind of almost ran out of steam and we started to control. So it's almost like that is what gave us the edge to finish off the game. So, I mean, I'm happy with the performance, but yeah, Rodgers, hats off to him because I don't know what that was. I don't know what that was.
Well. Looks like he's fitting into that system.
Yeah, that's true.
They've got a strong team.
Yeah, they do.
So,
they do.
No.
And now, when this man came on, it's like a flip switched. Let's not even go too far. Leandro Trossard.
Right.
I want to know, because we talked about this our last week's game, last episode. Why is this guy? You guys explain to me. I'm not Arteta. You guys know him better than I do.
I'll feel free to go. So, first of all, Trossard, absolute baller. And let's just keep in mind, last year, second half of last year, he did do a lot of starting, and he will start again this year. I don't want it to be a thing where, like, he deserves a lot of respect, and he will. That's why he's always the first sub, and even this next game, we will see he might start. Yeah. I just think it's people are quick to forget, I will say. Even with Martinelli, this is going to be an important season for him to show who he is. So it's time to, again, show. So it's not about talking anymore, but the first year where we had this, like, where we kind of started doing what we do, that was 22-23 season where we had our breakout. Yeah. 15 goals from Martinelli in that season, 20 goals and assist contribution. People are quick to forget, and he offers something on our team in terms of explosive pace, kind of that type of player that is not really otherwise on our team. Even Saka's not quite like that, even though he has his pace, but it's just a different type of player. So these players, to me, are players that can both start. So I just want to keep that as a thing, and it's whoever is just better. At the moment, Trossard's better, so he'll play, but we're going to keep seeing Martinelli. It's just what it is.
But the thing is, you say people are quick to forget, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes it might be like Arteta's holding on to this ex-girlfriend that he used to have. Everything was going so well for a time period, but it's just gone sour. And Trossard has come in last season. He's not getting rewarded for all the stuff he was doing last season. He was starting, but obviously well deserved. And now coming into the new season, it's like, okay, I did all this work for you before, just now, and still Martinelli starting over me. So go ahead. I get what you're saying, but you go ahead.
I mean, I think it's a tough situation. I think that, like you were saying, whoever's playing better at the moment will just go ahead and start. Martinelli just does offer that pace, that kind of, speed that we need up top. So he's just, like I say, we're always just gonna see him, like even if it's not every game. But there might be a conversation that Trossard maybe just be better off the bench, because his numbers off the bench are even better than just starting, a lot better. So that's another topic that needs to be had, and maybe that's why it's just the way.
And this is problems of a good team, I think. Honestly, when you get to this point where you're doing this, that means you just have depth, I think.
Agreed. So now, even though when Trossard came on, he's the one that sparked it. Saka is still the one who everything runs through. This guy, star boy.
I love this guy, man.
Now, if he starts to have help, like good help from that left side too, what it will do is like it will pull defenders that side as well. So now Saka will be free to do his thing more. So he's benefiting off of if Trossard can get going, whoever, Martinelli, if someone can get going on the left side, I think we have a much better attack.
Yeah,
especially 100%. Without getting a striker.
100%. And I think Saka is kind of doing a good job of the levels. He's starting to even. I don't know. I feel like there's another level that he might go this year. So we'll see. But that's kind of what we need when we're talking about the big hitters. If we want to do anything in Champions League, all these other competitions where you need some big boys, you know. So I think Saka, you know, I'm happy we have him. So hopefully he'll continue to develop and make things easier for us.
So last 2 points in terms of individuals, and I'll bring it to the collective. Individuals on Arsenal at least. I was watching the game and I was just like, yo, this Odegaard guy, like as good of a 10 as he is, he's not really the 10 I would want in my team to go and win the league. I know he gives Arsenal a lot of things, but as soon as I was saying that in my head, he gave that pass to Saka. And I was just like, damn, okay. But my thing is one enough? This guy's a 10, you guys are gonna be fighting for a league. Is one of these brilliant moments enough per game?
Let me flip the question.
And he also missed that.
That was great.
So he needs to start dispatching those chances if he's who we think he is.
That was crazy.
At the end of the day,
that was crazy.
He offers something different for Arsenal, but you're right. Like, he has to have the goals and assists. Like, he has to score.
That was crazy.
You know, so.
But do you think, in terms of like, do you think that we can win the league or be a top team with him as currently with the 10?
Yes.
Okay, so maybe just another level that you think is somebody else will provide or some other type of player.
Because he maybe, like, Saka needs help.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like he's going to be the guy to help him in that manner. You guys said if the left wing starts jumping, no problem. I agree.
Yeah.
But if the left wing doesn't start jumping, he's got to start jumping.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
And I think it's also different type of player. Odegaard's very more like interior. He's not this like, he doesn't play the 10 like we've talked about Bruno and KDB. And you know, I see the argument for why that's necessary, but the way he plays and what his role is, I think he does a lot in that role. So I see both sides.
And then finally, Kai Havertz. To me, he had an okay game, but like even the run he made to get that chance. But then when you get that chance, it's not like he didn't even look up. Because Saka was coming, right?
The one where he passed.
Yes, I was like, bro, either you... What's going on with this guy?
Yeah, we were annoyed with that
I was just
one.
like, what type of pass is that? I feel like he could have taken his time, you know, and that's just the thing about Havertz. Like, he needs to just, like, tune up a little bit. That, like, awkward, you know, chances, awkward look sometimes. So he needs to just, you know, tone that one out.
Yeah, we could have had that should have been a goal. That's one of those things. And at least, okay, let's not forget goal. A shot, that's something where you threaten the keeper, you threaten, you know. So, yeah, no, that's a good point.
And then let me move on to the seller of the match. And I want to ask you guys, like, it was last season a fluke or he's just rusty? Ollie Watkins. Because the way he was dispatching chances last season, that's 2 goals. Those are 2 free goals for him.
Our defense is the aura. It's making him scared.
Yeah, you just, you know, when Saliba's reading down your neck,
exactly. And so,
no,
it is what it is. I think Ollie will be fine. He might not, you know, get to that tally again. But
and it's 2 games, so we'll see. I just think, like, it's kind of early. And, but I feel it's 2 chances that he had, and the first one was obviously even probably worse of a miss, but after the first one, the second one even looks worse because it's like, bro, that's 2 point-blank chances right there. So it's gonna look bad, but we'll see. This Aston Villa team is looking good though, so I can see him kind of raising his productivity and keep on, you know, at least 10 to 15 goals at least. You know?
And I think they're a top 4 team. Definitely. Finally, to me, when I was watching the game, this is a game that Arsenal last season would have lost. And you guys did not. You guys won this game. Right. So I need to ask you guys something.
Of course.
This is it. This is the season, right?
That's not a question.
Is this the season?
I'll let Chibsy go first.
Arsenal Football Club wins the Premier League.
I'll let Chibsy go first.
Oh, I mean, I said it, you know, if it goes our way. Because we can just be the best playing team, but there just has to be that luck a little bit on our side. And even if we had a great performance against Aston Villa, these are the type of games we need that little luck to get over the hump and get that W. So very good win. Same sense as before. I think Arsenal are gonna win the league just slightly though. I think Man City will be there. even Aston Villa will be in the conversation, maybe Liverpool, of course, but yeah, I think we'll barely scrape it this year.
Okay, so just for some background, I thought the 22-23 when we break out, I thought by the second half of that season, thought it was going to happen. Did not happen. Yeah. Going into last year, I said, maybe City fatigue, we're getting better, we're growing. Didn't happen again. Mm-hmm. So this year, I feel like we're going to be even better than last year. Unfortunately, with City, I don't see this thing where like they're going to fall off. I just still don't see it yet. Mm-hmm. So it's tough for me to come over here and be like, we are winning the league. Yeah. The margins are just going to be very close. There might be 2-3 points and 90-point minimum is required. Yeah. So I back us, but I back us cautiously, just understanding that unfortunately the beast over at Manchester, that Pep guy is obsessive. Yeah. They want to win again. Mm-hmm. And they have the tools to do it. Savinho, I'm watching. Ooh. I'm paying attention. Ooh. So the reality of the situation is we're going to have a very similar thing to last year. I feel like it'll go down to the wire maybe. Mm-hmm. And if that's going to be the case, City have proven that they can do that. So we just have to be more mature and grow into ourselves. And lastly, I think we need, hopefully in this transfer market, we need one more attacker. Mm-hmm. I think one more attacker that's versatile will maybe put us over the edge. And I'll be ready to be like, we are winning the league. But right now, I'm slightly backing us, but it's close. It's just close.
I like it. Yeah. Well, thank you for joining us today. Yes. The Gunners gunned the villains down at Villa Park.
He's a poet, Peter Sean Drew.
Well, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We will be back to talk about the Arsenal-Brighton game at the Emirates. All right? Thank you. Thank you all.
Appreciate you.